Hello everyone, JayPower here and welcome to another first-person VOD. This time it is going to be a Terran against Zerg on the map Daybreak. As you can see, this time I will be discussing a bit about playing Bio in TVC and how I sort of have a build from a long time ago, which I'm getting back into and trying to make a guide on it later. So the build I'm doing is from pAnatiC Alive. He did it one time in a GSTL, I'm not sure which season, but I was really impressed by the build and I really liked it. I've been using the build like a half year ago when I still was playing Terran, but I quit now and starting to get back into Terran once again. That's why I haven't really been uploading VODs in a last couple of days, but right now I've sort of brushed off my Terran skills and yeah, also will be making Terran videos. I'm still working on the pAnatiC and zerg guide with the Phoenix. It's I'd say about halfway done, so I hope you will stay tuned for that, and just want to make sure that you know that it's still in the making. So as you can see, I'm going commands in the first. Drone trying to harass my SCV. Actually does get it, but I also killed the drone, so it's a bit meh. Of course, you don't really want to lose your drone, your SCV, but on the other hand, I killed the drone and my command center didn't really get delayed. So I'm getting the gas after the barracks, sending my SCV out to scout, and yeah, pretty standard build so far. I want to, by the way, apologize that there's no in-game sounds. I was playing with music on, so there's no in-game sounds for this game. So right now my barracks is almost complete, my CV scout is on the way, and of course my command center on the low ground is still on its way, almost done. If you want to do this build a bit more safely, you can of course still of course make the command center on the high ground and then just wall off with the barracks. That's a lot safer than making it on the low ground like I did. So it's a bit of a risk, but it doesn't matter that extremely much. So I am scouting my opponent now. I see no gases, so I'm really comfortable. So that's why I'm going for another command center, because basically my opponent cannot put any aggression on me for quite some time actually, and when he does, I will be prepared for that. So my SV scout is coming back, and I'm sending my SV out to make another command center. Bunker is almost done. And there you can see is the command center. The reactor on my barracks is almost done. Marine goes in the bunker, and yeah, I'm able to fend off the circling aggression. Normally I would have a barracks wall at the ramp, but because my opponent harassed my CV at the command center, I had to make the barracks a bit closer to my command center. So normally this would be walled off. So let's say if you would make 6 circlings or even 8 blindly, I would, or maybe not blindly because he scouted the command center first, but then I would actually have a wall off. So I don't always not wall. I don't recommend it. If your opponent went for a gas opening or even is on one base, it can be very dangerous. So that's pretty much how you defend early non-speed links off of hatch first. So I'm getting my some additional barracks, and I should have gone my second gas a lot earlier. When you put the guys back in gas on the first one, that's when you want to make your second gas as well. So my gas is really late, and this will delay my my marine upgrades a bit. Not extremely significant, but it is going to be a bit annoying when I'm down a bit on upgrades. So I'm getting 2 tech labs on both my barracks. Actually, I see with my SCV that there's no third base, so I'm getting a bunker. Well, I'm at a loss for words. I'm getting a bunker on the high ground, also making the depots to sort of prevent my bunker from getting bailing busted directly. So my tech labs on my barracks are finishing up, getting stim and combat shield at the same time. Normally I would have 2 engineering base, about 80% done now to get double upgrades, but because I've got my second gas, it's a bit late. As you can see, I have the bunker here. I see with the SCV at the watchtower that he's not really putting any aggression on me as I thought, since his third base was delayed. So maybe it's something like a Mutalisk rush or just 2 base. He's just droning maybe off of 2 base. So I see some creep here now, which is like really fast. So I was thinking Nidus, so I'm getting another bunker and sort of checking out what he's doing. Like I said before, I was playing without sound, so I didn't actually know that there was a Nidus. So it was actually really fast that he got his creep there. But yeah, I cancelled the bunker because I didn't really need it. After I looked back in the replay, he actually got creep all the way up there so fast by actually making a hatch there, cancelling it, and putting down a creep teamer. So that kind of freaked me out. I was like, wow, I knew Queen's zerg spread really well creep nowadays, but I didn't know it was that fast. So my opponent is scouting a bit with zerglings. It seems like he was sort of expecting Hellions, but then they didn't come, since that's sort of the metagame in TVC. So I'm scanning his natural, as you can see. Didn't see that much. I saw another gas being constructed, so it's probably not meta, a 2-base meta build, since he got his then he would have gotten all his gases already, else it's a pretty weird 3-gas and late 4th-gas meta build, but I highly doubt that, so I'm not that worried about mutas anymore. I'm still having the bunker on the high ground just in case, because this moment in time actually, when I'm getting my medivacs, when I'm getting additional barracks, when my +1/+1 isn't quite done. As you can see now, my only +1 is on the way. I sort of forgot my +1 armor, but normally with the non-delayed gas and my engineering base in time, you're like at 80% of your 1/1 upgrades. This is a really vulnerable time for me. Like I said, medvacs aren't out, and I really want to take a 3rd base. So as you can see, I scanned his natural, saw the infestation bit on the way, so I pretty much know what he's up to, and now I'm trying to take my 3rd base. I can't stress it enough how vulnerable you are at this moment in time when you're getting your add-ons, when you're getting your first 2 medvacs. Normally I would want to drop with them if that's possible. Most of the time it isn't possible, because your opponent might be aggressive with some zerglings and banelings or whatever. So I don't recommend always sending out your first 2 medvacs to go ahead and drop, but it is something you actually want, if it's possible, that you want to do, with being safe, of course. So when I get my first 2 medivacs, I will just try to poke around, see where his army is, etc. If he's like massing banelings at my watchtower, I of course want to defend and not drop. So as you can see, his creep is all the way up here, but there are some holes in his creep that you can actually not see, which I saw in the replay, because he actually got a headshot forward, like I said before. So I'm dropping, getting a drop up here. Normally your first drop probably won't work, because he will have overlords out, at least he should have overlords out, and that's, as you can see now, I'm getting a Viking with my 3rd medvac. So your starports will make 2 medvacs when the reactor is finished, and then a Viking and medvacs to keep your medvac count up, and of course clear the overlords. So he has some creep over here as well. It really seems like this game he has really good creep spread and all, but it's actually only here at the top side. The bottom side is not creeped up at all, if you can say it like that. But yeah, he doesn't have a lot of creep at the bottom, so that's something I saw in the replay and may confuse you a bit. So my money's getting actually a bit high, adding some more barracks here. Should really do a bit of a better job spending my money. Loading a drop here. Normally I would be dropping, or at least threatening to drop, but this creep is all the way at the top, so you can pretty much see it coming, and I don't really expect it to work. I'm getting some more medivacs. My Vikings is finally clearing the overlords here, so this is actually a good time to go dropping. Of course, double drop is pretty much always better than a single drop, so I'm sending this medvac out as well. Actually should have loaded up 2 marines in it as well. I think marines are better to drop in this stage of the game, because I'm really high on marines, not that high on marauders. So you want to drop the marines, get your marauder count up to deal with the infestors, and and yeah, and keep your marauders in your army. There's some more creep. As you can see now at the bottom, his creep threat at the bottom isn't nearly as good as his creeps up at the top. He really just made a hedge there, cancelled it, and put a creep timber down with his queen really early in the game. So I'm poking here a bit. As you can see, he's going standard Ling Infestor with some Banelings. Retreating here, just killing some creep and adding back, and at the same time dropping his third base. I see he has a fourth base. I really, with the money I have, I should have thrown down another command center now, but I sort of forgot about that. Actually, I want to say it's not a big deal, but it actually is. Throwing them down now, they could have been a lot earlier. I see some Banelings rolling there and dropping at the same time. I should have known that there would be Baneling landmines here, but as you can see, it's a bit too late for that. So yeah, that's a pretty big Baneling landmine, but that thing only should happen once to you. Right now, of course, I will be scanning a lot more often to see if he has Baneling landmines on common location. On Daybreak, there aren't that many locations where you can actually put Baneling landmines. Of course, the map is big, but you won't. There's very few attack routes until the rocks are broken down. He's doing a Ling run by here. I'm actually doing very poorly with this. He's using the hold position thing. I should have just run them to my third or something, but I tried to sort of stack my SCVs and maybe it would help, but I lost quite some workers there. It was really bad on my part. So I'm a bit oversaturated in my main, sending those to my new base, getting some more units, and basically it's just bio. I'm not adding any tanks, I'm not adding any Thors or Ghosts or anything, just bio. Lots of medvacs, not as many right now as I would like to. Prefer be able to have around 10 to 12 in my army, and then probably 2 more dropping. That's really my ideal army composition. Just a good mixture of Marines and Marauders. You need the Marines, of course, for the DPS against the Zerglings, and also a bit against the Infestors. Of course, Marauders are better against Infestors, but Marines still kill Infestors pretty fast, especially if you have 3-3. So yeah, that's really what you want to do. Get the there's some building landmines. Get the Marines for DPS and sort of the Marauders to tank, but also kill Ultras when they go into tier 3. Then you really need some more Marauders. Getting rid of some of those Baneling landmines. I think this game I was a bit low on orbitals, especially because he's going for Baneling landmines quite often. I really should have had more orbitals up than I have now. It seems like I have 4 orbitals, so that's something you want to add. Of course, that's also more income and less SCVs you want to use. So right now I'm getting some more starports. I probably want to have them made earlier. This is what happens when you don't talk, when you don't comment on your games enough. It's really hard to speak, at least for me. So I'm adding some more command centers here. And what I was saying about the starports, ideally you want to add your additional starports, probably 2. That's really enough to deal with a Brute Lord switch at the time that your 3-3 for your bio units are finishing. Because with this build it will be pretty much identical with the Zerg's 3-3, and when the Zerg has 3-3, that's usually when they have Brute Lords. It's really not earlier. As you can see now, yes, Ultralisk then up. That would be probably a Greater Spire morphing if it wasn't. So that's really when you want to have your starports up. I usually really try to time that so you don't get caught off guard as easily against Brute Lords. So I'm doing some more drops. This is actually really important, having him spend energy on the Infestors. Of course, Infestors have quite obvious energy units. The more energy they have, the stronger they are. So you really want to, you rather have them spend a fungo on your dropship rather than a good fungo on your army. So those are reasons why dropping is good. Also prevents him from attacking me, because all Zergs in DVC seems to, at least against non-mech builds, I guess, mech is very different from a Marine tank or bio, want to just max on Infestor, Ultra, probably Ling Infestor, Ultra, and maybe some Banelings, and then just go. And it's really difficult to deal with it, especially if you're not maxed yourself. So with drops, it's not something to get back into the game. I prefer this style a lot more than just macroing off of a fast 3cc build and then just sort of fighting maxed against maxed. So I do see he has a pretty big army waiting outside my my fort base. Also some bailing landmines I saw. My drops are getting a bit low on units. He's really spread out his army. That's also something. Right now he has some zerglings in his main base, probably some at his fifth base as well. So that's something. Dropping is also good to have the zerg sort of divide his army, and when he wants to push, he cannot bring his full army because he has to leave some home to defend against drops. So he's just dropping stuff in my main. I'm not sure what the deal with this is. This is about 2 ultras, some links, and a infestor. So this was really weird. He should have attacked right now at my fort base. That's like the only reason I can imagine why he would do that. He did kill a lot of actually nothing, I guess a gas guys or maybe some SCVs, but it seems like he is pushing my fort now, a bit late, but still good. Multi-pronged aggression is always good against any race pretty much. So I'm having some trouble getting down this ramp. Ideally I would want to sprint down and save my fort base, but with the fungals it's really difficult to get down the ramp. I'm trying to sort of drop on the infestors with this medvac. It seems like I am getting a energy with quite some energy, so that's good for me. I have drop going on at the same time. I did lose my fort, but at the same time, as you can see, I have some more command centers over there. That's also a good reason to have command centers, some extra command centers, not just for meals, but also to replace your bases, especially your front ones. It's of course a lot more vulnerable to lose. Scanning here to see if there isn't anything burrowed. Right now I'm sort of lucky that I didn't morph the command center into an orbital, so I can get a planetary at my fort base. So yeah, but having an orbital isn't that bad either. I mean, it's just some extra DPS added to your defense. And as you see now, he is actually attacking 2 brute lords, and now with the starports that I have, I'm quite easily able to prepare for that. Seeing he's getting some more circlings, I'm re-establishing my fort. Really should have cleared my 5th base at the same time. Probably there's an overlord there or burrowed something to prevent me from taking that base. At the same time loading up some more drops and having Vikings queued up. So I'm a bit supply blocked here. Of course his drop killed some depots, actually over-making depots, but not that big of a deal. Also getting plus 1 air army, plus 1 Vikings. I know that's what everyone calls them. Plus 1 Vikings for my Vikings, obviously. So probably a bit late. Maybe if you have, as you can see, my money is really high. If you have that much money, you probably want to get it a bit earlier, just in case. Doing some more drops here, getting a full energy queen. Yes, always nice to have some marauders somehow show up. I'm sort of mismarkering my drop over there. I should have targeted the Greater Spire, but there's the engagement. You get some really good fungals off. I really should not have engaged into that, but rather retreated to my planetary, what I'm doing right now. But with my medvacs, it isn't as nearly as bad as it seemed. I really should attack with my Vikings like I am going to do now. It seems like he doesn't really have a lot of corruptors. He's sort of going for a half army, half brute lords supported, half ultras supported. Seems like a lot more ultras. So the brute lords aren't that scary. They basically did their job, which isn't a lot against bio, because normally against marine tank or marine marauder tank, you would want to have the tanks on siege and then just engage with your ground army as the zerg. But right now that's not really the case, because I don't really have tanks. I don't have to unsiege. I just have to get a good concave, stay close to my planetary, and make sure not to get fungled. So I'm pushing him back a bit. I'm not maxed, so I'm not really attacking, just sort of looking for a fancy word to make him scared, basically. Normally, well, not normally, most of the times you don't really want to attack when you're maxed, unless you have a good reason for it. unless you're like way up in supply or something. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, just defending, taking it to the longer game, sort of drying him out. Yeah, that's kind of what I like to do. I don't like to go for a maxed push or do gimmicky timing attacks. I just like to play macro. I think it's possible to do against zerg, not as impossible as some people make out of it. But yeah, that's a kind of my playstyle, just defending, expanding. I still think the zerg has to be a base up, so if you just split the map, especially on Daybreak, it's really easy because he cannot take the middle two bases. It's really easy for me to deny those, and eventually I think I can take the top middle base a lot easier than he can take the bottom middle base, or vice versa. So that's sort of my plan here, just mine him out. As you can see, he's mining from 5 bases already. I'm just now getting my 5th base, so I'm just taking it easy. And if you actually dodge enough fungals, you're actually being cost efficient, so you don't really have to do anything but just split against his army and you'll be fine. And of course drops are really good to get you ahead, obviously, because you kill your opponent's income. You just use APM for it. You will lose drop ships occasionally and stuff like that, but yeah. So here's the engagement. As you can see now, I'm sort of attacking near my planetary. He's getting some good fungals on, but he's getting in range of my planetary. I have a pretty decent concave. I really should start repairing that thing. There I go. And even with a lot of supply in Vikings, I'm able to sort of hold it off. I did lose my fort, but with the extra orbitals that I have, it's not that big of a deal, and I am able to clean up that army. My 5th is still mining, should really repair that command center, and maybe get rid of some of those Vikings. So I'm seeing he's making some more buildings at the top side. So I'm moving my army there, see what he's up to over there. Move my orbital to my fort. I'm getting a bit low on minerals. I should probably drop some more meals, but at the same time also want to I don't want to be caught off guard with bailing landmines. That's what I said before, to have more orbitals. As you can see now, I only have 5 orbitals. That's not really enough. I don't think all of them are actually orbitals, but yeah, I really want to have more so you can get a lower SV count and get some more income at the same time. So I'm dropping some more. This is basically what I do all game. Just defend at my with my army at my fort, and send out drops and just defend with the defender's advantage over the planetary. If you're feeling uncomfortable, maybe you want to get another planetary. Although I think it's pretty much overkill. I don't think it's really needed. As you can see, he's trying to take that bottom base again, but it's really easy for me to pick that off. Not even with a drop, I could just walk there and kill it with my army. I have to say my opponent this game didn't really do a good job with his static defense. There could have been a lot more spores up and stuff like that. Almost getting my drop with those banelings, but not quite. So I'm scanning his army again, seeing he's still going for bailing infestors with ultras. That's pretty really standard. I'm having a depot being constructed over there. Not sure what's up with that, but you know, I guess it gives me some spotting, I guess. So I'm moving out. I want to kill that bottom middle base of his. Like I said before, zerg has to be up a base, and you of course have to deny him from getting that extra base. So I'm just keeping the map split, killing another base over here and the queen, and at the same time of course killing his vulnerable middle base, while macroing. As you can see, my money's getting a bit higher here, and I'm still not adding SCVs. Actually, didn't mention before, but I actually killed the Greater Spire, which is really good for me, because then it takes some time for him to get the Greater Spire back, obviously. So I'll be less likely to be off guard by any brute earths. So this is a pretty failed attempt at a drop. Didn't really notice my units were very low on health, so yeah, it was really not a good idea to drop those over there. Probably should have landed them somewhere else and healed those up a bit. So yeah, as you can see, I have medvacs flying around all around the map. Trying to kill some bailing landmines here, not quite getting one. Getting 2 infestors for about 6 marauders, probably not worth it, but I could have gotten a lot more. I didn't focus fire properly, but meh, Not too bad, not too good. Still getting the macro going. Still only bio and medvacs, not really anything else. And quite some Vikings actually. I need to get rid of those. So I'm just going to see Scout and maybe kill some Overlords. Maybe have him spend some invested energy. As you can see there, he did. He has got some investors, but I'm not too worried about that because with my medvac count, I'm not really worried about invested Terran. So you can spit down a lot of them, but I can either kite them or just out heal them. There's some investor harassment, and of course my Marines are probably stronger. I highly doubt he actually has the attack upgrade for ranged zerg units. I'm not sure what it's called, missile attack, I think. There I'm trying to look for the investor, can't quite find it. Oh, I actually got it right there. So yeah, like I said, there's the engagement, by the way. Trying to split my units a bit. I don't have a planetary here, which is a bit unfortunate. He's getting some fungals and the banelings roll in, but overall I guess it was a bit good for me. I did lose a really big chunk of my army, but this small army is a lot more likely to stay alive with the amount of medvacs that I have. As you can see here, now he has a lot of investors, but not a lot of ground army, so like I said before, he can fungal all he wants and spit out infested Terrans, but my medvacs can just out heal those, and my reinforcements, as you can see, will take care of the zerglings. So his investors are still here. As you can see, he's desperately trying to chain fungal my marauders, but it's not really working. My medvac count is way too high, and with my reinforcements I'm able to take care of it. So he's sending him some more links here. I don't really like that, it's kind of a waste. He should have gone with his full army. Now I'm a bit low on money again, but I killed quite a lot of armies now. I killed a Brute Lord army, I killed I think 2 or 3 Ling Infested Ultra army. I didn't kill that many Infested Terrans. No, Infestors, sorry. Really should do more first person VODs. So yeah, I didn't kill that many investors, at least not as much as I would hope to, but judging from his mining, his reinforcements, as you can see now, his base that I've dropped, and the income that I had, I don't really feel he can have that big of an army, so I'm sort of pushing here. Of course, I saw his investors are really low on energy, so that makes my army a lot more stronger when you micro it. So he taps out GG, and I win after a pretty damn long macro game. 40 minutes. So that's sort of me playing Terran after like half a year again. Like I said before, I'm sort of brushing off my Terran skills and trying to get some bio and TVC in once again. So hopefully you enjoyed this first person VOD. If you want more first person VODs, make sure to subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.